Each episode we gotta have random stuff on the desk.
Hi guys!
Hi!
This is the 804 thing that we've been putting together.
We're starting it.
We're doing this.
Oh, boy.
We're doing this today.
Can we call this episode 1?
Yeah, this is the official first
Official
episode
episode 1.
number 1. I know you guys are all excited, all 16 of you that are subscribed. And if you didn't know, that means about 70% to 80% of you aren't subscribed, so I think you guys should consider
Hit that
subscribing.
sub button. Yeah,
Hit that
please
sub
do.
button. We're going to be really famous one day. No. Cut the camera. So today we are talking about COVID-19, the great...
If you've heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know if you've heard of it or have been stuck in your house for the last 5 to 6 months or 7 months or how long it's been. It's killed a lot of people.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Yeah.
It's, people are not taking it seriously at all.
I saw a picture today on Instagram of Georgia's first day of school, and it was just a picture of the hallway that everyone was smushed into, and I saw 7 people wearing a mask. 7 people wearing a mask in a hallway that was
7 people are killing it.
those 7
They're
people,
doing great.
their parents sent them into school with a box of tissues and a bottle of hand sanitizer. The rest of them were like, I gotta go back to school. The rest of them are probably gonna die.
Did you see that, I forget what governor it was. There was a governor that said that on quote was just kids are gonna go back and they're gonna get sick and they're gonna deal with it. And they're gonna die and that's just gonna happen. Everyone was like,
What? That 100% sounds like something somebody from LA would say. or just
it's just gonna happen.
somewhere no one would ever expect. It's just the Montana governor. It's just all 36 of our students are gonna go to school and they're gonna deal with it. No mask whatsoever.
Their school was just a shed with a
Yeah.
Promethean board.
I'm gonna have to make my own Promethean board sitting at home for the first 9 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be sitting there, waking up in the morning, underwear in my Zoom call.
It's gonna be a mess.
I'm just waiting for my biggest thing is to see all the girls' reactions and see if they actually try and put on makeup and stuff like that for Zoom calls and Zoom and stuff like that, because I feel like some will, but others are just gonna be
it's gonna create an interesting it's already high school's already toxic enough in terms
yes.
of wearing makeup, just looks in general. People that
stuff.
feel like they need to do whatever. So there's gonna be a whole new culture of.
I'm just I honestly feel like it's gonna make some people way more confident, but it's also gonna be wow, I really, really am ugly. When you see yourself back on a Zoom call, I'm just gonna wake up in the morning.
It's always my hair. When I see my own hair in the mirror, I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. And then the Zoom gives me the preview, and I'm like, oh god.
I roll around in my sleep, so my hair on my sides get matted up, and my hair just goes straight up. So I look like Wolverine and stuff like that, and it's really bad. It's I have to take a shower. There's no way. But they're trying to put us on a schedule. Did you see that?
Yeah.
They're putting us on a regular class schedule from 9 o'clock to 3:55 still.
Yeah.
But there's no way you're gonna catch me. You want kids to get physical ability, 60 minutes a day of physical activity, but then you want them now to sit in front of a screen for 8 hours.
It's gonna be rough
On a personalized schedule, and then you have classes that you can't really do online. I know DMAD, you can't really do split screen, and they're gonna be show your face. But I'm trying to do the work on my. Well, then buy another laptop. But
it's gonna be a mess. I think it's almost better that it's structured. It sucks and it's gonna be annoying, but it's
for sure.
Good because people would get lost without the structure.
People would definitely get lost without the structure, but it's also no kid in high school wants to go to school in general, except if some people do like to go to school.
Yeah.
I know I like to go to school for the people, not for the education, because
At this point, I just want to go to school.
I want to go to school to see people.
Just to go to school.
But since it's a class chorus and theater, you can't really do that online.
Yeah.
And so what I've heard is that they're losing a lot of numbers for those classes.
Yeah.
And programs, the arts programs are they're gonna lose funding and they're gonna lose people and then they're gonna lose the whole program. And so now you just have an auditorium that's gonna sit there that's only gonna be used for the random church that goes in on Sunday and the police program.
I didn't think about that. It's gonna like arts are already. We've seen it. They're
Yeah.
cutting a drama class because they want a teacher who can teach both English and drama.
Exactly.
I didn't think about how it's gonna further remove funding. It's gonna make it seem like
Yep.
they're less necessary.
But the one thing that is a positive out of all of this is that now you don't have to pay for so much gas because you don't have to drive to school for people that drive
That's
to
true.
school. So, I mean,
Me saving my money.
win-win situation. But another good thing is that most kids in high school can now have the opportunity to work and have a
That's
flexible work schedule. But then again, since a lot of people lost jobs, there's a lot less job opportunity for high schoolers.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I think I'm just gonna take the first like 2 or 3 weeks off, just to see like how online school's working out, and then
Yeah.
depending on that, I'll probably go back to work. And it'll be nice not paying for gas because
for sure.
it'll give me more money.
I mean, especially like I work 30 to 40 hours a week almost.
Yeah. It's
So at that point, my paycheck's gonna look like immaculate to like really sad when I like have to take off like 3 days a week.
yeah.
But most people are like underestimating the fact that you need to actually be wearing a mask. Like people are like,
Yeah.
oh no, it's fine. I can if I just have to go into 7-Eleven get like a Gatorade or something and go in and out. Like you don't understand that everything in that that whole room and that whole area of that store has been touched by hundreds of
Yeah.
people that day, and like the floors get cleaned, but not everything else. Like
yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah, I will say it's nice that I'm seeing more and more buildings, even like convenience stores like 7-Eleven and stuff. They're putting signs on their doors that are saying like you need to wear a mask,
Yeah.
and they're actually reminding people, which is good because we've come a long way from people just
Exactly.
like treating it as if it's not there.
Yeah, like I know where I work, to be seated you have to be wearing a mask.
Yeah.
And so at this point we've gone to, so we have a box of surgical masks.
Mhm.
So if someone comes in, we ask them if they have a mask, and they say no, we can give them one.
Yeah.
And then we can take them to their seats, so we don't lose business, and we keep people safe.
Exactly.
So, but the craziest thing that I saw was at the back of the restaurant, some lady was sitting, and when they were walking out, she didn't put her mask on until she got to the host stand at the very front of the restaurant. Put her mask on, walked through the door, and took it off. She walked through the whole restaurant without her mask on, and was like, oh, I gotta put my mask on. Takes 3 feet,
Yeah.
opens the door, takes it back off. It's just like, do you understand what you just did? Or did it just like have like a mental
Yeah.
slip?
I think it's almost like with all this stuff with like Black Lives Matter and people talking about performative activism, it's almost like performative. I don't know what you would call it, but it's like
Performative maskerism.
yeah, it's like people that are like, oh yeah, like I'm part of these people wearing the mask, but they're not actually making like a concentrated effort to try and be safe.
Yeah.
They're just
And that's a good point, because what I saw with the protests and the Black Lives Matter movement downtown is that more than 70% of those people were wearing masks
Yeah.
and being safe.
exactly.
Which is also like, so these people are educated,
Mhm.
they're doing the right thing, and they're keeping the people downtown, the most populated area,
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the good thing that we need people to do. But what's crazy to me is that people are still not wearing masks in a general setting. Like, I'll see people driving and wearing a mask. Like, you're in your own... Like, you're in your own...
I've seen a few of those.
You're in your own car.
It's weird.
My brother was telling me a story about how he was driving, and he had his window down, and a lady had her window down next to her, and she had her mask around her neck, and when he passed her, he looked over to her, and she put her mask up. She physically took her hands off the wheel driving to put her mask up, and it's like you're in your own car. Like, don't take your hands off the wheel on a highway and cause an accident because you wanted to.
That's weird.
Like,
It's really random.
it's just like, you wear a mask, but not to the extent of you need to wear it in a car that is yours, that has your air in it.
That's really weird.
Unless you're giving yourself COVID. I don't understand.
It's like one of there's a couple of those charts that are like when you should wear a mask, when you don't need to, and it's just like when you're, in your house with your family, when you're alone with people, you trust, or when you're in your own car, don't need to wear a mask.
Exactly.
Anywhere else, probably.
It's like when someone drives, like when it's not a close friend, like you're taking, like you say you have to take someone home from work, like that needs a ride. if they have their mask on, like I understand that completely
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
it's like it's not their car, like they're with somebody that they like only see at work.
Yeah.
Like you're just helping them out. They have a mask on. I'm not gonna be like, dude, why do you have a mask on? it makes sense. I'm gonna be like, yeah, if I have COVID, you're screwed. Like, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I don't have COVID. Just to make that clear, I don't have COVID. I don't have COVID. Just to make that clear. And if I did have COVID, I would owe about 5 people $5. We have a bet. We have a bet going from March to see the first person to get COVID owes $5 to
God.
everybody in the group chat. Brandon McKinney is the closest person to ever getting COVID.
I think it's gonna be him.
It's gonna
gotta
be him. It's gonna be him. Not because he's not safe or anything, just because he works at a pool and like he sees a lot of people every day.
Yeah.
And someone he knew, their cousin recently had COVID like as of like yesterday. So that was kind of crazy.
It's one of those like at assemblies when they like to do that thing where they're like stand up if you have a family member that's in the armed forces, and then they're like stand up if you have a friend that has a family member,
Yeah.
and they're like look, everyone's standing. It's one of those things now where they're like stand up if you like know somebody
That's had COVID.
that's had COVID, and like people like I feel like almost everybody at this point
Exactly.
has an extended like brother's girlfriend's roommate or like something like that.
Bro, that just made me miss assemblies a lot. Like, I don't like sitting for a long period of time. I can't do it that well, especially when I'm cramped in like a
In
bleacher
the
setting.
tiny, yeah.
The tiny bleacher setting that's uncomfortable. And they're going through this whole speech and spiel. And our principal can't really do public speaking that well. Love the man to death, shout out to Reggie. But like, his like speeches that he goes on for should take like 5 minutes and they take 15. And I'm sitting there, and I'm going to miss that, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to miss that the first 9 weeks when we come back. Not going to miss senior convocation because I would never want to stand up and
no.
sit down back and forth wearing a gown.
That's
And, like,
Oof.
rip senior year, to be honest. But, like, I'd rather have the last part of senior year and have football start in, like, February than
Yeah.
have all the first parts where I have to do convocation, and
random assemblies.
start assignments that I don't want to do, walk into my AP Gov class and cry. But I'm not
AP
taking a
oh,
math
God.
class this year.
Yeah, neither am I.
I'm not taking math, and that
Good.
is the perks. But honestly, like I love history because history teachers are the best in my
Mhm.
opinion. But I feel like this year, all the teachers, since they're going to be having to teach from their house, are going to be so aggravated and mean and short-tempered
Yeah.
this year.
Well, it's harder to teach. You can't give
Yeah.
that like extra help. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
And I know for a fact that some of the teachers I've had are gonna they hate it for sure, 100% not gonna like
Yeah.
just sitting there behind a screen because they promote not to be on your phone, and so they have to be on a laptop the whole time, and being like, all right guys, and textbook learning is gonna be big this year. I can just tell because
it's gonna be gross.
they're gonna make you learn from the textbook because the teachers haven't been able to make their own lesson plan interactive.
Yeah.
Because they can't mail you worksheets and assignments. Like they can make you print it out, but most people don't have printers. Is what I found out.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of people nowadays don't have printers, and since COVID's happening, what are you gonna do with a public printer? I don't even think those exist.
Yeah.
But they're like opening like Wi-Fi spots and hub spots and everything. Like,
Yeah.
so you're telling a collective group of people to get close to each other to access the internet. Like, I get they're gonna probably do social distancing things, but like, say 100 people need internet. There's no way 100 people can get into that area of a hub in their car, probably.
I mean, I think they're gonna have to figure out how to give internet to those who don't have it, and I think they might start. I haven't read anything specifically about it, but my guess is that they'll take people from lower income neighborhoods that don't have internet in their homes. I'm guessing they'll let them come to school because that's a very small minority of
See,
people.
I don't think they will, just because the county is so particular on doing the right thing, and they don't want to get sued. And any little thing can be a lawsuit. Like a kid falling and tripping on the bus, that's a lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they make people aware, it's at that point there's not much they can do. The best they can offer for this online learning is giving kids Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
So it's
for sure. But I already know for a fact that if a certain group of people gets to go to school, there's going to be the parents that
Yeah.
complain, and they're like, well, if they get to go to school, why does my kid not get to go to school? That's unfair. Change it right now.
There's always gonna be those people.
There's always going to be the Karens. The Karens will come out of every human. It's inside of us all. Like, trust me, everyone has a little bit of Karen in them. But if you know, like, for a fact that you're doing something out of your way to be, like, annoying, don't. Like, COVID's already making us all crazy to the point of I wanted to cry because I saw someone outside. Like, for the first time, like, I saw a friend, I was like,
That was the
dear God, you're immaculate.
The first time we met up at Glen Allen and just had our cars spaced
Yeah.
apart. It was literally just like an hour of us talking, and it was like the most fun
Exactly.
I had in like a full year.
I have never sat in my car
Oh my
in the
God.
heat
yeah.
with people that I was like, wow, I can't actually give you a hug or a high five.
Yeah.
And it's like, but this is the greatest experience I've had this year just because of how bad 2020 has been.
Exactly.
Which is absolutely
It's a mess.
insane. This year has been terrible. COVID has lasted way longer, in my opinion, just because we have not taken the necessary steps to change what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Like, Florida...
Well, I mean, at its core, we just don't have the right leadership. It's like, from the beginning, if we had our president say, this is serious, let's all start wearing face masks, like, we could have snuffed it out.
Yeah.
But at this point, there's almost nothing we can do because it's so ingrained in people's minds that, like, they don't have to wear a mask. And it's like... And Trump's even circled back now.
Yeah.
He's wearing a mask, and he said people should wear a mask, but now people are just saying, oh, he's only saying that because he's being pressured by
Yeah.
Democrats. And
Yeah, like, he's done some decent things in the COVID crisis, but most of the things he hasn't done right.
yeah.
He is not educating people on what had happened. He definitely did not tell us when it first came to the US. He definitely knew. I guarantee you it was in probably by November. Like, there was some cases that were called the flu because we didn't really know what corona was, but the government officials definitely knew something was up. But some states just need to not reopen.
Yeah.
Like, California has opened 3 times and closed 3 times. Florida has opened twice and closed twice. Like, we get it.
Florida's a
You
mess.
make money from the beaches and the cities and stuff like that. Don't. Like, I've been to the beach, and I went to OBX, and there was maybe an eighth of the people that are usually on the beach,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
And I went to the beach, and I loved it. It was great. I was there for 2 days. Like, wow. But, like, I wore a mask every single place I went. Like, every restaurant, every hotel. Like, the hotel, we had to wear a mask inside. Like, the only time I didn't wear a mask was when I was on the beach because I'm not going to wear a mask on the beach and in the water. That mask tan would be disgusting and gross, and I would hate myself.
Can we make that a trend? Can we make mask tans?
Mask tans?
Everyone's just
It's-
tanned
yeah, just-
from the nose up.
Just like the tip of the nose. Right here is where your tan starts and just goes right around
Just
your
have a
ears.
nice white patch.
You would look like you had, like, aftershave almost, just, like, ingrained into your, like, face.
Embedded. Yeah, no, one of the things that was most frustrating for me was that in his press conferences, Trump was spreading either misinformation or not conclusive information, and then people would take that, I feel like he doesn't have a reputation of being very trustworthy, but the people that do trust him would, follow what he says, and in the beginning of the COVID crisis, in the first few months, he was spreading misinformation, saying things that hadn't been scientifically proven. And it's still messing with people.
Note to self, if you don't know what it is, don't say it's not harmful. Like, I could be like, hey, son, when I have a son, he's like 6, go pet that tiger. And he will learn
Weird
really quick
example.
when I don't have a son after that day. Don't feed people, like, information that's not true. It's called lying. I
It's
do
like
it
a
quite
YouTube
often.
clickbait thumbnail.
I fed
My
son
son pet a tiger. Gone wrong. Gone violent. Gone fatal.
information about COVID, gone viral, gone wrong.
Gone viral. Gone wrong. Gone
Sexual.
sexual. Oh my god.
COVID gone
this is-
sexual.
Giving
Oh,
out
God.
beef in the hood prank. Those were... Those videos. I don't know how people...
Kissing prank gone sexual.
Yeah.
What?
It's like, No.
13-year-old me looking on YouTube, kissing prank gone sexual. What? What does that mean? Click.
Basically-
Oh my god! Like, how does he kiss so many girls in one day?
Yeah.
What?
They're just willing to do that?
Like, they played rock, paper, scissors and made out afterwards? I need to try this. Walk into the school. Hey, Jamie! Rock, paper, scissors for a smooch, hey, what you mean?
Sounds like a dude's name.
I mean...
Gabe's okay, it's 2020.
It's, yes, everything is, we accept everybody.
That,
What do you mean, to accepting everybody?
No. Different,
Whoa,
different train of process. Different
train of thought.
Different train of thought. I said train of process.
Train of process, guys. Thank you for watching.
Oh, I can't do that very fast.
Thank you for watching the
Thank you for
804.
watching.
Yeah, we appreciate
It's a work
you.
in progress.
It's a work in progress. We love you guys for watching and everyone that's gonna watch. We honestly are very excited. Like, truly very excited to make more videos.
Yep.
Hit that button, like and subscribe, but don't ring the bell because I know how annoying that is. Thank you. Word.